Ladies and gentlemen, the ship is not completely capsized. There was a glimmer of hope after the match against Liverpool. However, Ruben Amorim was very upset after Manchester United drew 2-2, especially in a match that they probably could have won. So first of all, shout out to the ESPN FC guys for completely missing why Amorim was so upset following the draw at Anfield.
Ruben Amorim, he's upset or he's not upset? Or...
Where did he get that from? Has he been watching them since he came here?
And Amorim was pissed, but not because of the performance. And I completely understand exactly why he was so upset. Manchester United, a team that's recently struggled with form and are in the middle of the storm, as Ruben Amorim predicted that they would be, produced a performance for the ages against Liverpool.
But I have to say it again. The storm will come. I don't know if you use that expression, but we are going to have difficult moments.
A lot of the pundits were surprised at the mentality of United, and they gave praise for playing a match in tough conditions against a top team in the league. And while everyone was talking about how good United looked and how well players like Bruno Fernandes and Diogo Dalot played, Ruben Amorim was the one that, as he puts it, is allowed to be the bad guy.
But everybody today is going to say to that team that they did a good job. So today I'm allowed to be the only guy upset with the team. But today we were a team.
And the reason he's so upset is because United, based on a performance like the one against Liverpool, should have and could have won many more of their previous matches. And this is probably true, but the way that I look at the game, it makes me wonder if this performance specifically really would translate to more wins against lesser teams. When it comes to the basic stats, possession, expected goals, shots on target, and big chances, Liverpool were actually far better than United. And I fully agree with Arne Slot that Liverpool looked like the better team for the majority of the game.
For the first 75, I think it was clear that we were more in control of the game than them, which you could also see in the amount of chances we had.
But because of United's recent performances and how bad they've looked, this one obviously felt different. The question that I have is, can United reproduce a performance like this against a team in the Premier League that isn't City, Liverpool, or Arsenal and come away with the 3 points? Because the reasons why people think United had such a good game were really because of these stats. Tackles won, duels won, and interceptions. It was the mentality of winning the physical game, not necessarily the one on the ball. So Ruben Amorim, back at Sporting, known for his positional play in the 3-4-2-1 and his ability to dominate and control matches, is now being praised for his defensive work. And if we look at their stats defensively, they should be higher up the table. 6th place for clean sheets, 1st place for interceptions, and 1st place for successful tackles per match. But what about them on the ball? They sit in 15th place for goals scored per match at 1.2, 12th for expected goals, and outside the top 10 in a lot of the attacking categories. So the issue, if we really look at it, isn't the defensive side of the game, it's what they do when they have the ball. And so when they play against mid-table and lower table teams, they're going to have to figure out what to do to be more effective in scoring goals. Their leading goal scorer right now is Marcus Rashford, who can't even get on the bench. And their current starting striker has only 2 goals this season. So calling out these issues in the attack, what should United do if they really want to improve the quality of their results and not just their performances? The first thing for me is they have to transition faster between the back 5 and the back 3. Playing with wingbacks for a team like United should create 1v1s and overloads out wide much more often. And the fact that their wingbacks spend more of their time in the back line than they do in the front line is a problem. If we look at the positioning of the wingbacks when Ruben Amorim was at Sporting, you can see how high up their starting positions are, which in turn allows the 2 inside forwards to push in and get into more dangerous positions up the field. From there, you need the 2 6s to really be able to step it up. Casemiro is 2nd in the league in successful tackles, and Ugarte is 6th. So they do have the ball winners and the players who can disrupt play, although I think overall, Ugarte can cover much more ground and he's suited better next to Kobbie Mainoo. You can also play Bruno Fernandes that deep, but it brings him further back and it keeps that same issue of not having enough in the attack. Manchester United need him higher up the field in that inside forward position. Against Liverpool, not only was he the highest rated player, but he had the most chances created. Playing him next to someone like Amad Diallo, who's explosive and dangerous inside the box, is a really good matchup for United. The final piece, as far as attacking goes, is the striker. My biggest piece of advice for United here is to spend big in the transfer window. Højlund, Zirkzee, they're both flops, and they're never going to be the players who are going to score a lot of goals for United. So what they need to do is they need to make a list of targets, spend $70 to $80 million, and find someone who can hold up the ball, who can link up the attack, and who can get in the box to finish. And while I'm not fully up to date on all of these contract situations, these are the players that I'd be keeping a close eye on from the Premier League. Isak at Newcastle, Jan Wisa at Brentford, Joao Pedro at Brighton, Bomo at Brentford, Liam Delap at Ipswich, even Darwin Núñez from Liverpool. Now, I know he would probably never go, but his limited time at Liverpool may be a good opportunity for them to swoop in, and I think his style of being a little bit more dynamic might actually help United. But forget about all those guys. I know what Ruben Amorim said about Victor Gyökeres.
Gyökeres is amazing. 7 goals in his last 2 games. Are you tempted to bring him with you if you can?
No. I cannot be funny with that in this moment. It was tough for me to leave. If I'm starting joking about that with the Gyökeres, I have problems. This is my city, this is my country, so I will respect. Victor has to stay until the end of the season, and then his life is going maybe somewhere else.
Forget that. You need him now. Go spend however much Sporting wants and bring the guy who you've seen firsthand how good he actually is. Now, I know out of respect, Ruben wants to wait, but the solution is literally right there. If you can fix a striker, you score a lot more goals. And that's what's really going to improve United. So going back all the way to the beginning of this video where I said Ruben Amorim was very upset, United can and should be much more consistent, and they should all be upset that they've dropped points that they didn't need to drop. But if they really want to fix things going forward, they need to focus more on the attacking side of the game. Let me know what you guys think.